Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, morning, Moore County. Yeah, it's a nice day. Head on out there, work up a little sweat, or if you can't stand the heat, you can come down here to the freezer compartment of WEEB. My coffee is cold already.
It does feel good when you come in the door, doesn't it? Don't forget, are you cold, really? Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link, or you can get us on your mobile device that way with your YouTube app. Put put Mornings with the Leader Man into that search. If you're on your mobile device, just needing our audio stream, or we suggest any streaming service like TuneIn, Stream, iTunes, as long as they last. Any other streaming service will work except iHeartRadio. And put WEEB in the search. I know a friend of mine down in Tampa this morning.
Tampa?
Listening online. Yeah. Some people are rich.
My cousin lives in Tampa.
And go to the expensive places. And sun on the beach, and every 30 minutes turn again, that type of thing.
Roll your bod.
Roll your bod. Yeah, they used to do that on Saturday afternoons. Roll your bod time. If you're lying in the sun, yeah. Time to turn over.
ABC out of New York.
Yeah.
Roll your bod.
And you also can get our stream on our website. 24/7, upper right-hand corner of every web page has an icon that says Listen Live on the air. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, it's not what you want to hear, but it's what we're going to get. We got one more day of heat and humidity and thunderstorms. On the backside of this thunderstorms that come through, you may or may not even see one. The chances are only 30%. But if you get under one, it's probably going to work you over a little bit, up to an inch of rain possible. Chances of 60% late today for this stuff. But heat index 98 today. Is that steamy enough?
All right. Yes.
Yeah, time to mow the back 40, isn't it, Colonel? With the push mower, just for fun. A few clouds and chance of rain this evening, low of 70, but the dew points will start coming down after this front comes through. So that's the good part. That means Saturday's going to be sunny. Still hot, 91 for a high, but the dew points will be down in the 60s, mid to lower 60s. So that will feel tremendous compared to what we've had. Friday, mostly clear, low of 69. Saturday, partly cloudy, isolated thunderstorms, a high of 89. Sunday, more of the same, but still the dew points between Friday and next Wednesday kind of gyrate up and down in the 60s. Some days will be less humid than others, but we won't be back in the 70s where it's just ridiculously muggy.
We'll see what it's like in the mountains.
We will come up there and hang you from a tree.
There's a few around. Have at it.
While you enjoy your dry, cool breeze working its way up the mountains.
Yes, indeed.
Get that rising air. And it feels wonderful. We'll see back here in envy of that. I know another friend of mine's going to the mountains this weekend. I said, why? I said, you can be hot here. And he says, no, it's a lot cooler up there.
Well, it's drier.
You've got a place up there. So
number one, and then number two, in the evenings, it's really pleasant.
So, all right, well, someday I may know this wonder that you talk about. Anyway, if you're listening online, welcome to you. We got lots to do. Just a quick, let me put a request for a random sample of who's listening right now. All right, we got 46,000 Let's see. Russian Federation is listening today.
The Russian Federation.
Yeah, trying to influence the election, aren't you? Yeah. I know how you're doing it.
They're listening in to hear the strategy. That's right.
Yeah, and they're soaking this building with their satellite microwave. Lynchburg, Virginia is online. Richmond, Canada is online. New York. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Johnsonville, South Carolina, New Hudson, Minnesota, Tampa, Florida. We've mentioned that one. Let's see, Fayetteville's online, Goldsboro, lots and lots of people, more than I can name. But thanks to all of you for tuning in. It is 7:37 past the hour. Let's move on to morning sound bites this morning. See if we can put a jolly on you. Tomorrow is the first day of summer, officially. Hey, dude, we've been in it for a month. Where have you been?
Days will start getting shorter after tomorrow.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm tired of going to bed while it's still daylight. 9:30. It's still light out there.
Waking up in daylight.
My street light doesn't even come on until about 9:35.
We need to move you up to Alaska.
Yeah, then it's long nights and long days, depending on the time of the year. I can live with that.
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, that does something to you.
It does.
Yeah, you gotta have the right frame of mind to live up there. No, thank you.
I could stand the winters if it wasn't so cold. Anyway, tomorrow's the first day of summer. Here are some summer solace tips for enjoying the longest day of the year.
Here are some tips for enjoying this year's summer solstice, the longest day of the year. Since the sun will be visible for much longer, try not to stare directly into it for more than 2 hours at a time. It'll be hot, so keep hydrated. Drink plenty of water and whiskey. And remember, the extreme heat will make everyone more agitated and irritable. So if there are people you enjoy annoying, this would be a good day. Also, most employers recognize today as a national holiday. So take it off and enjoy this year's summer solstice.
If you're going on vacation, it might be a good thing. If you're constantly wondering what you're meant to do with your life and just can't figure it out, maybe it's time to finally take that trip to exotic Clearwater, Florida. According to a new survey, 37% of people say they've had a life eureka moment on vacation where suddenly they figured out something major, from relationships to their career. Why do we have those revelations on vacation, you may ask? It could be because we're finally away from all of the stress of our day-to-day lives, which helps us have a breakthrough. Believe it or not.
Not.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah. The USA women's soccer team plays Sweden in the World Cup today, 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're 2-0 so far in the tournament, which runs through July 7th. These women, they say, are real world-class badasses. So USA all the way.
Let's go, U.S. women's national soccer team.
And we, of course, love our little cooking girl, Rachel Ray, because she loves corn on the cob. Anybody who loves corn on the cob can't be all bad.
True.
Maybe a little too much, or at least we think it's a little too much.
So what's your tip? Well, on one of your shows, you said you hated to remove the silk from the corn.
I do.
And it was a job you always delegated.
That's right, to my husband, who doesn't do it very well because it always ends up in my teeth, like corn floss.
There you go. So I thought, why couldn't you silk off an ear of corn? So I went home and I grabbed a rubber band and I started around, and basically what I'm doing is the silk off.
Shut up!
Yeah, really. Really?
Show me.
Okay, so you twist the rubber band, and you take your corn, and you just the corn, and it gets most of it off.
You're the corn.
You're the corn, exactly. So it
Awesome. Fantastic. I love that.
Okay.
Yeah. Not sure what just happened there, but
Rachel Ray's obsession with corn.
something with a corn cob. Yes, that's.
Let's see. News. Let me get the real story behind it. Here we go. What's your favorite time in the day? Come on now. I just had it here.
Anytime my eyes are open.
Time of day. That's what I'm looking for. I had it here. Oh, here it is. Apparently, down deep, we're all just Garfield the cat. According to a new survey, 95% of Americans say they hate mornings. It also found that 43% of us, quote, despise the sound of our alarm clock. I can't imagine them saying that because you know how wonderful an alarm clock sounds in the morning. All those pleasant sounds to wake up to.
I don't have an alarm clock. I get up.
Yeah.
Then put your little hand in mine.
That's what it's like to get up in the morning. Little Groundhog Day reminiscing there. Did you ever see that movie?
Groundhog Day? Man, a long, long time ago.
Man, that's an icon movie. You need to watch it 3 or 4 times.
Nah,
Let it soak in.
it didn't stick with me. I don't know. It was all right, I guess. I just have no interest in watching it over and over again.
Well, there's some certain movies out there that we like that seeing it again's not a total waste of time. It's kind of like listening to a song again. You watch a movie again. Now, if you give me long enough, I can watch a movie and not know what happened in it.
That's coming for everybody. Eventually.
Yeah, have you ever watched a movie and you're saying, oh, parts of this look familiar. I must have watched it before. And that means it wasn't good enough to really stick. But you haven't ever done that?
Yes. Yeah, every now and then there's something will flash by and I'm
phew,
like,
I thought I was the only one.
Let me watch that. No, yeah, you get into it and it's, I've seen this. Okay. You turn it off.
Yeah, sucked in and not going to get any better now.
No. In fact, all of a sudden you realize it's a really, really bad movie. Horror movies come to mind. They all seem the same after a while.
Let me see if I got everything. And the last stat, 39% of us feel that it takes us a long time to wake up and ease into the day. Is it better to get up and give yourself a ton of time? Or is it better to get up and say, you got from here to here. You better get going. Which is the better way?
I don't know. Here to here. Okay. I don't know. You tell me.
I tend to think that if you give yourself plenty of time, you tend to take it all. For you take forever to do this, and you get sidetracked to do that because you got plenty of time. And all of a sudden, time is sneaking up on me. You have to get back in high gear to get through.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. That's not me.
All right.
If I allocate a bunch of time, and I'll be ready to go.
Well, a cop in Australia was doing a live press conference when a guy who'd just gotten out of jail made some off-color remarks to a young woman nearby. Then her dad started chasing him, and the cop stopped mid-interview to tackle the guy as he ran by.
Which guy did he tackle? The first guy, I guess, the guy being chased.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Here's the sound.
Damage there.
I'm not 100% on that.
He's been inappropriate to my daughter just up here. Yes, you were, mate!
I said nothing to her. Nothing.
Yeah, look, it's just one of those things, you know. Obviously, the man just been released, and the young lady walking down the street had comments made to her which were relayed to her father, which obviously provoked the father, and the male, as we saw, we just arrested him for the public nuisance at this stage.
Yeah, don't be messing with the man's daughter.
Well, all right, but without hearing what the words were, I mean, you know, obscenities or something, I don't know. Guy, it's inappropriate, but now he's arrested as a public nuisance for making a comment.
Probably something like
I'd
that.
like to know what the comment was, but that's Britain. You can't go over there and criticize or openly criticize Islam.
This was Australia.
Australia, well, yeah, essentially very similar. You can't say certain things. You will be arrested and put in jail, or potentially, for things that you routinely would say here in America. And I don't know. You got to be careful when you're traveling overseas. You find yourself in a world of hurt.
Well, how good are you at Monopoly?
Oh, I haven't played Monopoly in years.
You're a vicious player. You buy everything. Destroy your opponents.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's the object of the game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised they allow it to be sold anymore.
Buy everything you land on.
Yeah, teaching somebody capitalism and how to get by.
Mortgage it to the hilt.
Right.
And then when you get to the end of the game, you own it all.
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro's newest Monopoly spinoff is called Monopoly Voice Banking, and it's voice activated. It comes with an Alexa-style device that's shaped like a top hat, and you have to interact with it to do things like buy properties and build hotels. You can pre-order it today, and it ships July 1. Here's a promo of two kids playing it.
Welcome, future millionaires. Hey, Scotty.
Buy Vermont.
Vermont is yours.
Pay rent on Vermont.
Build a house.
On which property?
Kentucky.
Put a house on Kentucky.
Mr. Monopoly, who's winning?
T-Rex, you're winning. Go ahead and let out a roar.
All right. Yeah, that's...
Jeff's dialing up the website as we speak.
Yeah, right. Well, the concepts are the same, but the interactive stuff doesn't appeal to me. But that's the younger generation. They have to be, got to stroke them a little more than what you had to in the old days.
A flight from Pittsburgh to Dallas had to land in Oklahoma City on Sunday after a drunk idiot started brawling with passengers, then punched the female flight attendant in the chest. Did he punch or did he cop a field?
Well, it says punch. I mean, so...
The crew had to bind his hands with duct tape while passengers held him down. Then people applauded when they finally got pulled off when he got pulled off the plane. The flight attendant who got punched talked to local news. Apparently, the guy was trying to open one of the airplane doors mid-flight, which would be impossible to do because it's pressurized. You're just not that strong.
He tried exiting out of the front door, and then we stopped him, so he went back to his seats. And then at one point, him and the person who was, sitting next to him, they got into a brawl. I left the handcuffs up front with the other flight attendants in case anything happens. I had the duct tape with me in the back, and then we just ran together at the same time with the help of other people.
Is he the only combatant? Oh, yeah. Why am I being arrested or detained? Well, at the moment, you're publicly drunk in the city of Oklahoma City.
See ya.
Well, hey, a couple of times, get the passengers, thump him, and then, drop him out the door. When you pull up to the gate before the ramp rolls up there, just drop him out. Probably deter some of that in the future.
Now that we're on the ground, the doors are depressurized, and now we can open them and kick your ass out. Group of guys fishing off the coast of New Jersey got some crazy footage of a massive great white shark attacking the side of their boat, stealing their bag of chum. People are comparing it to the scene from Jaws, where they realized they needed a bigger boat. What were they doing? Fishing for shark? If they're chumming the water.
Yeah, well, it attracts blues and other things too. But yeah, mainly barracuda. Yeah, you'll get a variety of fish will come looking for that.
The guys were much more excited about it than Roy Schneider was in the movie, I think.
Yes, come on. Yes. This thing is huge! Oh my God! Yes, hold on!
Do you have the video of that? It was a big shark.
Oh my God! Dude, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen! Oh my God, dude! That's insane! Oh my God! Once in a lifetime, man!
Yeah, I got the video. It's just that it doesn't do much good on radio.
Yeah. Well, I understand that.
Yeah,
New
but
Jersey
it was a big shark coming across the back of the boat and grabbing
New
that
Jersey
bag.
is the original, Jaws story in 1909 or something like that. They had a rogue shark, I think it was Belmar, Manasquan, came up one of the rivers and was grabbing people. Yeah, that was the original place for it.
Well, there's only one thing left to say.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
There you go. You knew it was coming. All right. Let's see here. Got to come over here. And let's see. I got to find my story. How long would it take you to go through $10 million, Jeff?
Me? I probably couldn't go through 10 million because I'd be saving and doing a few other things with it.
And suddenly you got handed $10 million. How long would it take you to spend it? Maybe it would be longer than you think. It would take me a lifetime because I'd make sure.
No, I'd never spend it all.
According to a new survey, the average American says it takes them 7 years to blow through $10 million. Only 11% of the people think they'd use it up in 3 years or less. So how would they spend it? The survey found that 10 practical, most likely kind of boring ways, and the 10 most common things where you'd splurge on. The 10 practical things are investing, giving money to family, saving, buying property, paying off debt, charity. Why not paying off debt first? Setting up funds for your kids, buying a car, traveling, and starting a business. And the 10 things people would splurge on are a dream home, traveling, a vacation home, luxury vacations, the latest technology, a sports car, new clothes, a private island, diamond jewelry, and fancy restaurants.
And chocolate.
No wonder they're going to run out before they even get going.
Well, if you want to know how to spend $10 million very quickly, go ask any professional athlete. Most of them will be able to tell you how to do it.
Remember Richard Pryor's movie Brewster Millions, when he had a month to spend $30 million? But there were some rules he had to follow.
You have 30 days in which to spend $30 million. If you can do it, you get $300 million.
There's got to be a catch.
Of course there's a catch. After 30 days, you're not allowed to own any assets. No houses, no cars, no jewelry, nothing but the shirt on your back. So it sounds easy, don't it? Well, you'll find out.
I just go gambling. I can blow it pretty quick. You know,
Yeah,
you keep gambling long enough, you will lose it all.
Well, the hard part would be if you do own a house, you'd have to sell the house within 30 days. I mean, I suppose you could do that easily enough, but, getting rid of all your stuff is probably the hard part. I can drop 30
Well,
million.
in the movie, he didn't really have any stuff to get rid of.
Oh, he was just Joe Blow off the street.
And
with
he would
nothing.
go buy
All right.
expensive stamps and mail letters.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things he did. I can't remember all the others. But,
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that movie.
and then you buy a $5 million stamp and
Lick it,
and put it on an envelope.
Oh, okay, sure. Hey, I wouldn't have thought of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one with the upside-down airplane. Yeah, there you go. Buy one or two of those.
May have been in there. You couldn't go to a casino and gamble. That might have been one of the rules.
Yeah.
But
well, I could.
You had to spend, not gamble, or you couldn't give it away either.
Well, you couldn't give it away? Like buy somebody else a car?
No.
All right. Well, yeah, if you're going to limit some of these options, it'd be pretty hard to do.
The key was you had to spend it and not have any assets left at the end. I can do it. I could do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
That would take me a day or so to figure it out, but I think I'd get there. I'd buy a radio station.
But you can't own it at the end of 30 days. It takes a while to buy a radio station. You have to go through the FCC and public comment period.
Oh, you mean you'd actually have to have a public hearing before you could buy the radio station?
Well, no, you can go into contract and buy one, but the license can't transfer
without a public hearing.
Without a 30-day public comment period. That's where they can comment to the FCC that this guy's a nut. The last thing he needs is a radio station.
Okay, no comment.
And then, but there's a way around all that. Instead of having to wait to get possession, you can do what's called an LMA, which is a lease management agreement, which would allow you to buy all the time on the station and basically run the station while you wait for your license to go through.
Well, there you go. Buy a Super Bowl ad. There's your $30 million.
For $1, I get all your time until this thing closes.
Yeah.
If the seller's comfortable with that. Because the last thing you need is you definitely need all your money before you start transferring licenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, it can be held in escrow. But otherwise, they come in and flip formats on you and chase all your audience away. You spent years and years building. And then he doesn't come through. Well, you got a big problem on your hands then. You're starting to scratch building an audience. All righty. Coming up at next hour, we got a 103-year-old woman wins a 100-yard dash at the National Seniors Game. And she did it in record time of 46.07 seconds. We'll have that and a lot more on the other side of the news. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock.
A cold front headed this way has the potential to bring severe thunderstorms later this afternoon and this evening. Mostly sunny for the first half of the day, then those scattered showers and storms moving in by the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Some evening storms around and then partly cloudy tonight. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Sunny and less humid Friday with highs in the mid to upper 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A U.S. reconnaissance drone has been shot out of the sky by Iran. The BBC's Tom Bateman says both sides, while acknowledging the shootdown, differ over exactly where the aircraft was at the time.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard claimed it shot down the surveillance drone as it entered its airspace close to the Strait of Hormuz. The American military said there was no drone over Iranian territory. This strategic waterway was the site of last week's attacks on 2 oil tankers. Iran denies responsibility, but the US has been keen to push the case over Tehran's involvement, taking journalists across the choppy waters of the Gulf to see the blast damage on one ship it said was from an Iranian mine.
The incident coming against the backdrop of heightened tensions between the U.S. and Iran. A leading Democratic presidential candidate finds himself on the defensive, insisting that he has nothing to apologize for.
Joe Biden says there's not a racist bone in my body. The Democratic presidential candidate has been facing criticism from 2020 rival Cory Booker, among others, for saying the Senate got things done with civility decades ago when he served alongside segregationists, arguing that Washington ran more smoothly back then versus today.
That's correspondent Matt Small. It appears a standoff between police and a gunman holed up in a house in North Sacramento is over. Sacramento Police Deputy Chief Dave Paletta says a 26-year-old officer who had been shot earlier while assisting on a domestic violence call at the scene subsequently died.
Officer Tara Christina O'Sullivan died at the hospital. Officer Tara O'Sullivan was shot and killed. She gave her young life while protecting our community.
The Fed's decision to hold the line on interest rates giving Wall Street a boost this morning. Dow futures up 234 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Okay, first time we read this commercial, he got one, so I had to get one.
And we are both in love with this product.
The glass chair mat by Vitraza. They're unbelievable.
You know that junky plastic chair mat under your office chair or at home? Piece of garbage.
It's the ugliest thing in your office.
Vitraza glass chair mats are beautiful.
Durable.
Each one will support over 1,000 pounds, so it'll even hold me. They've got a lifetime warranty, and the way you feel rolling over smooth glass instead of cheap, crackly plastic, it's like working in $1 million office. And it's your office.
Well, we got to mention this. Shipping is absolutely free.
Absolutely. Lifetime warranty, scratch-resistant, stylish Vitraza glass chair mats.
You can't get them at the office superstore. You got to order them direct at vitraza.com/life. That's V as in value, ITRAZZA, vitraza.com/life. You'll want to remember that website. There's a discount code waiting for you for 10% off, only at vitraza.com/life.
Chinese President Xi Jinping and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have begun talks in Pyongyang.
The two countries have a deeply historic association. Of course, they're deep ideological ties as well. But the last few years has been frosty because China has supported the UN sanctions regime, which has seen tough restrictions, ever-toughening restrictions put in place on Pyongyang, the amount of trade it can do. That's been part of what's been known as a maximum pressure campaign to try to get North Korea to stop its nuclear weapons program. That hasn't worked. But nonetheless, the two now think that they should certainly show to the world that relations are improving.
That's BBC's Robin Brandt. Russian President Putin faced a litany of complaints about low living standards during a marathon call-in show on Thursday. Putin promising to boost wages and pensions and boost social programs, too. More than 1.5 million people have submitted questions by phone, through video calls, or through email. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. The Senate's top Republican applauding the demise of President Obama's so-called Clean Power plan.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says under the Obama-era rule, the reach of regulators grew longer and longer.
And the burden on American prosperity became heavier and heavier.
And that's why reversing it has been a focal point for Republicans in Congress.
And fortunately, it has also been a major priority for the Trump administration.
McConnell calls the EPA's plan to replace the old plan with a new policy.
Just one more win for all Americans who live and work in communities where affordable, homegrown American energy sources like coal still matter.
Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
Self-driving car pioneer Waymo is teaming up with automakers Renault and Nissan to make its first journey outside the U.S. with a ride-hailing service. Will dispatch a fleet of robo-taxis in France and Japan. Get on Wall Street this hour. Dow futures up 238. More on these stories at townhall.com.
War Dog's Army Surplus Store in Southern Pines is Southern Pines' #1 surplus store. Serving the Fort Bragg area, we buy, sell, and trade military, tactical, outdoor clothing, and gear. We are your military surplus low-price leader and take pride in serving our local military members and community. Bring us your military gear because we pay more and sell for less than anyone in the area, guaranteed. At War Dogs, we make it our top priority to provide quality, high-end tactical gear at the lowest prices. Come in today and bring your used gear or check out our massive inventory, the largest in Southern Pines. We're open Monday through Friday, 10:30 until 5:30 and 11 to 4 on Saturday. We're located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or give us a call at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs.
7 days a week, we're on the job. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. Fast, friendly, quality service. You know we can do it all. We can do it all. Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
At John Cole Plumbing, plumbing is what they do. That's why they are plumbing professionals. Plumbing all day, every day, with quality, honest service for you. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. 910-639-4933. 639-4933.
Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
Hello, I'm Pat McLean, and would like to welcome you to McLean Drug. McLean Drug is located at 735 South Bennett Street. We offer easy access, friendly, helpful service, drive-through pickup, and discount drug prices. And don't forget, at McLean, we offer pet and equine prescriptions. So when we say make McLean Drug your one-stop shop for all your prescriptions, we do mean all.
McLean Drug at 735 South Bennett Street in Southern Pines for all your prescription needs. 246-9355.
New York Deli and Catering in the Olmsted Village Shopping Center is a slice of the Big Apple in Pinehurst, featuring Boar's Head meats and cheeses, authentic New York bagels, New York pizza on Wednesdays and Fridays, and a full breakfast menu until 11 a.m. Try their new breakfast sandwich, the Taylor Pork Roll with egg and cheese, a New York area favorite, or choose from one of their 33 signature sandwiches like the Central Park, the Wall Street, or the incredible Plaza Pastrami. New York Deli is open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call ahead for takeout at 295-2264.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solace Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solace Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE.
NCN News, I'm Tony Rixby. Iran claims it sent a clear warning message as it took down an unmanned U.S. military drone over what it determined to be a violation of its airspace. The U.S. maintains it all happened over international airspace over the Strait of Hormuz. It happened 1 week after the U.S. believes Tehran took aim at 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman, and just hours after President Trump downplayed the increasing tensions with Iran. CBS News military analyst, retired Army Major Mike Lyons, says the response of U.S. allies will be key.
We have to see what the British, the Germans, other countries say about this attack and see whether or not they put it in the same context as to whether or not it would have been, let's say, a U.S. plane that the Iranians would have fired on.
Roxborough police arresting the co-owner of a local restaurant on charges of soliciting minors for prostitution. Authorities say the victims were underage members of his own staff. 32-year-old Thomas Carl Adler co-owns the Clarksville Station restaurant. Roxborough Police Chief David Hess telling WNCN.
We're still trying to determine a lot throughout this investigation. It's still a very active and fluid investigation.
Adler has reportedly voluntarily checked himself into a mental health facility in Chapel Hill. Investigators arresting more crew members in connection with one of the biggest cocaine busts in the nation's history. More from Anne-Marie Green.
4 more crew members were arrested in connection with a 16-ton cocaine seizure. It happened aboard a cargo ship docked at a city port. On Monday, federal agents discovered the drugs in 7 shipping containers. The street value of the drugs is estimated to be more than $1 billion. It's one of the largest drug busts in U.S. history. 2 other crew members were arrested on Tuesday.
A bill authorizing boards of trustees at UNC system schools to decide whether to sell alcohol at stadium athletic events has cleared its final hurdle. You're listening to NCN News.
Being a Farm Bureau insurance agent means being local. It means insuring your child's first car and standing beside you after a storm. It's more than a business to us. It's a friendship. So call an agent who calls North Carolina home. Because when you need us, we're there. In every county, every day. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Medicaid expansion, school safety, a statewide bond package, the next state budget. North Carolina lawmakers are tackling these and other topics. You can follow all the action with Carolina Journal. How would these proposals affect you, your wallet, your family? Carolina Journal offers answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
The White House and Congress moving forward on legislation to prevent those massive surprise medical bills. AP's Jackie Quinn reports.
About 1 in every 6 hospital patients gets hit with a surprise medical bill, according to the nonpartisan Kaiser Family Foundation. That's people with insurance who are exposed to extra out-of-network charges for emergency room or doctor services. President Trump has highlighted the problem, and next week, a Senate Health Committee is slated to vote on bipartisan legislation to require insurers to pay out-of-network doctors and hospitals the median rate that's paid for in-network providers. They are getting some pushback, though, from lobbying groups, which want disputed bills to go to arbitration. Jackie Quinn, Washington.
Supporters of Medicaid expansion pointing out that foster children have coverage, but sometimes those taking care of them do not. Richard Hordeski is a foster parent who says that he's not covered.
You can go county by county and see the demand, and they were begging for foster parents, and they're trying to do trainings to focus on pulling foster parents into the system.
The Census Bureau says the country as a whole is getting older.
I'm Gary Nunn. Half the U.S. is younger than 38, half older, an increase since 2010 by 1 year. A new Census Bureau report shows the graying of America is driven largely by baby boomers, people born between the mid-40s and the mid-60s, hitting 65. Also, the number of births fell last year to the lowest level since the late 80s. Regionally, the average age climbed to 40 in the Northeast. Maine is the oldest at 50, with Utah the state with the youngest median age of 31. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Zion Williamson of Duke expected to be the first pick tonight in the NBA draft when it gets underway. The New Orleans Pelicans hold that first pick. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
A cold front headed this way brings the potential for severe weather later this afternoon and evening. We'll have mostly sunny skies today, and then those thunderstorms arrive late in the afternoon into the evening. The main threats being some strong damaging winds. Highs today in the upper 80s to lower 90s. A few evening storms, then partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-60s. Sunny and nice on Friday. The humidity will be down. Highs will climb into the mid to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, it is partly cloudy, 79 degrees, humidity 85%, dew point at a smoking 74 degrees. Pressure's 2977, winds southwest at 13, gusting to 22, and visibility is at 10 statute miles. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. The Carthage Board of Commissioners jumped on the tax increase bandwagon this week when they approved a fiscal year budget that includes not only the property revaluation increase in tax, but also a 1 cent property tax rate increase for residents. Tom Robinson, the town manager, was unable to attend the board meeting. In a memo to the commissioners, he said the rate hike, which brings the tax rate down to tax rate up to 50 cents for every $100 of property valuation, was needed to compensate for the termination of a cell tower lease with AT&T and other setbacks experienced during the previous fiscal year. According to Robinson, last year's hurricanes and severe storms played havoc on the town's sewer system. But the water and sewer fund, he wrote, is sound enough that no increase in utility rates is being proposed. Writing to the commission, Robinson said the town had a number of initiatives planned for the new fiscal year. He said the town plans to improve sidewalks, update its zoning ordinance, and conduct a hotel feasibility study, among other projects. Meanwhile, Carisha Johnson can't help but feel sorry for her 1-year-old twin niece. Her father, who is also her brother, was gunned down last Friday in Fayetteville. Police said 23-year-old the 23-year-old was shot during a party Friday after an altercation. He ran outside and collapsed at a local business. No arrests have been made. The 19-year-old college student is home for summer break and now planning her brother's funeral. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The NBA draft tonight, and Zion Williamson expected to be the overall #1 selection. The New Orleans Pelicans, the unlikely winners of the draft lottery last month, are all but sure to draft Williamson in the overall #1 selection. Yesterday, during media interviews, he talked about how he might react when he is called #1.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to react. I don't know if I'm going to cry. I don't know if I'm going to, have this giant smile on my face. I guess we'll see. I know I am very excited about it, though.
North Carolina could have 3 players going in tonight's first round. Cam Johnson expected to go late, while Kobe White and Nasir Little are expected to be lottery picks. While the one and done is a regularity at Duke, they're a rarity at Carolina. But speaking earlier this week with sports reporters, Heels coach Roy Williams said he expected Little to make the jump, while he told White he thought he's actually ready to go pro.
Could he become more ready if he stayed? Yeah. But I thought it would be the right thing for him to do. Nasir, all along, we knew that was in his mind. And you have my blessing there on that one as well.
Meanwhile, former Blue Devil star Grayson Allen is on the move. Following his rookie season in Utah, the shooting guard is heading to Memphis as part of a trade that sends Mike Conley to Utah.
Ortiz hits it deep in foul left center field. It's back, and it's very gone. A 2-run walk-off home run for David Ortiz. And the
police in the Dominican Republic are walking back what was initially being reported in the shooting of the former Red Sox player David Ortiz. Officials now say the baseball superstar was not the intended target, and it was a case of mistaken identity. Another man wearing a similar outfit was the intended target. 11 suspects have been arrested in Santo Domingo. Ortiz currently recovering in Boston. This is NCN Sports.
There's no place like home. It has a certain magic all its own. And memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Ask any cow what her favorite Bluebell snack bar is, and you'll get the same answer. Moo. Why not? Classic Moo bars are 12 packs of rich, decadent chocolate-dipped frozen vanilla treats. Any other questions?
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
The Buffalo Bills have been referred to in recent years as the Carolina Panthers North. That after the team harvested several faces long familiar in Charlotte. Bills head coach Sean McDermott was the Panthers defensive coordinator for 5 seasons. The Bills general manager, Brandon Beane, he spent almost 2 decades in Carolina in the front office. Last job he had there was assistant GM. This isn't even mentioning the several players who McDermott and Beane plucked from Carolina over the past 2 seasons. But there's no bad blood, and the teams are showing that. They're further embracing their connection. They plan to hold joint practices this summer during training camp. The Bills will head to Spartanburg August 13th and 14th for 2 sessions with the Panthers, that being done at Wofford College, and it comes ahead of their Week 2 preseason matchup in Charlotte. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Born in Napoli, Italy, Sal Doria, owner of Fratello's restaurant in Pinehurst, makes his hand-tossed pizza with the passion of a true Italian. Fresh ingredients, homemade mozzarella, and amore. Come in and experience the ambiance of European luxury, hearty cuisine, warm hospitality, and an outstanding wine and beer list. Military families, come in and 15% of your meal is on us. Every Friday and Saturday night from 6:30 to 9:30, Fratello's welcomes Carolina's favorite piano man, Clarence Levine. Feel like staying in tonight? Fratello's has got you covered with Grubhub and DoorDash, so you can simply call in your order and have it delivered to your doorstep. We're located at 9735 U.S. Highway 15501 in Pinehurst, just a few doors down from Hickory Tavern. Fratello's Restaurant, making you fall in love with food all over again.
My name is Ward Rowland. A good insurance agent has to put the needs of his clients first. As a law enforcement officer, I spent 11 years protecting and serving my community. It is my honor and privilege to serve Moore County and North Carolina residents with their insurance needs. If you're a local small business owner, you know how important it is to be there for your customers. As a State Farm agent and small business owner in Moore County, I'm here to help you protect your small business. Talk with me or stop in today. My office is in downtown Southern Pines, 277 West Pennsylvania Avenue.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solace Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solace Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE.
Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage wants you to know that you can't buy a new Ford car, truck, or SUV for less anywhere else, guaranteed. If you're in the market for a new Ford, what are you waiting for? Cooper Ford is the only locally and family-owned Ford dealership in Moore County. So if you're tired of the cold corporate climate of other dealerships, trade up for a family-friendly hometown dealer. Right now, get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on the all-new 2019 Ford F-150 or the 2019 Ford Mustang. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing and certified service after the sale.
I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Come to Cooper Country today, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Hey Sandhills, Chef Karen here. We know you love our Sunday brunch, and this summer we're making it even better. You can't beat our made-to-order omelets with just-picked local veggies, hot fluffy waffles with fresh berries and peaches, homemade desserts, and this includes a beverage, a Sunday mimosa or a Bloody Mary, coffee, tea, or soda, all for $16.95. All summer long at Philly and Colts at Little River. Join us, 692-4411.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams. You know, for many years, I've had arthritis in my right shoulder. I was at the point that surgery was the only option. Then I discovered pressure wave therapy, available at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. Pressure wave therapy is a machine that concentrates pulses of pressure waves into your joint at a rate of 2,000 pulses per minute. The treatment is non-invasive and there is no downtime. Pressure waves help your body restore blood flow to your damaged joints and can even remove bone spurs and works on almost any joint in the body, including knees, hips, feet, and elbows. I've gone to only being able to raise my arms from 90 degrees to a full 360-degree motion. You can live pain-free too, without going under a surgeon's knife. Give Dr. Sharon Wright a call at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. 910-673-2225. That's 910-673-2225.
The Land Sharks' Jimmy Buffett Tribute Band Concert is coming back to Moore County Saturday, July 13th, outdoors at Cooper Ford in Carthage. Gates open at 6 and the show begins at 7. Tickets available online for $25 at visionformore.com. $10 for students 17 and under. Bring your chairs but no pets. Food trucks and beer and wine are on site. The Land Sharks Jimmy Buffett Tribute Band Saturday, July 13th, outdoors at Cooper Ford in Carthage. This is the third concert in a series of 5 events sponsored by Cooper Ford and presented by Vision for More. For tickets, go online to visionformore.com using the number 4 and spell out MOORE or call 910-365-9890. Tickets will also be available at the door.
This is Matt Horsley. 3 years ago, Moretee citizens endorsed Dale Falwell for state treasurer. He won and has actually been doing exactly what he promised, which is the definition of integrity. Monday at 6 p.m. at Philly and Colts, Dale will be available to voters in a nonpartisan event. He'll give us his perspective as treasurer and answer questions. It's free and dinner and drinks are available for purchase, but we need to know you're coming. For details, go to mteac.com or search online for Moore County Tea Party.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Frank Quiz. He's the chairman of our county commissioners. He's not a bad guy, I don't think, but I don't think he's much of a leader. And that's just my opinion. Frank, you're invited on here anytime you want. We'll give you 30 minutes and you can criticize me to your heart's desire. But be ready to debate. And as you know, I was opposed to the recent tax increase. I was opposed to it because the money we're paying is being wasted, and I mean millions of dollars, by the schools. I don't see why we keep giving these people, and by these people, I mean Bob Grimacy and John Morath, everything they ask for. Frank, if you must raise taxes, do so, but you ought to try doing it with a backbone. Don't mumble hints about how you're making up for previous boards. You ought to try being a leader, and leaders don't make excuses. This is a call. We need people to run for office in Moore County. That means you. You don't need prior experience. We need people who are critical thinkers, people who can lead, and people who can think for themselves without accepting everything they're told. This is critical. It's a serious call. If you want to run, if you're interested in it at all, email me at zoomwaltzone@gmail.com. Now, if you're a liberal, don't bother. Moore County is loaded with good, solid citizens. I hope you'll at least consider running for local office, and if you're the right person, you'll have lots of support, and not just from the Zumwalt Zone.
A cold front headed this way has the potential to bring severe thunderstorms later this afternoon and this evening. Mostly sunny for the first half of the day, then those scattered showers and storms moving in by the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Some evening storms around and then partly cloudy tonight. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Sunny and less humid Friday with highs in the mid to upper 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Mornings with the leader man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today's show is sponsored by Throwback Thursday. Remember when you could go out drinking on a Thursday and still make it to work on Friday? Oh, yeah. Those were the days. Oh, hand me the Tylenol.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm super, thanks for asking.
What's today?
Today is Thursday.
Time for my favorite show.
Our motto is, if the job's worth doing, it's worth doing adequately.
I hope I didn't say that out loud just now.
You should choose your words more carefully.
What is the fun in that?
Okay, how about this?
Showtime!
Hand me down a walking cane, hand me down my hat. Hurry now and don't be late, 'cause we ain't got time to chat. You and me, we're going out, catch the latest sound. Guaranteed to blow your mind so high you won't come down. Get your prepare yourself for the rubber band. Man, you've never heard a sound like a rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. Oh, this dude is out of sight. Everything he does seems to come out right. Once I went to
I should have been jumping in there. My mind was somewhere else.
I was so surprised.
Now I'll get a letter from YouTube saying, oh, you my lady. Yeah.
When I saw this short
No, I didn't. I pay royalties. Doesn't do me any good, though, does it? Hi. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, morning, Moore County. Hey, we got the campfire going down here in the studio. I warm up my coffee, so everything's good.
Don't forget, of course, this program being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. If YouTube didn't cut it off.
Well, it's still playing.
We're still pushing it. Well, hopefully it comes out the other end. If not, you can always use your streaming service to get our audio stream. You can get to the video by going to talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link, or your YouTube app. We'll hopefully do it for you. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you just need audio, we suggest tune in iTunes Streamer. Any streaming app will work except iHeartRadio. Just put WEEB into the search, or you can get it off of our website anytime in the upper right-hand corner of every web page at talk973.com, where the icon says listen live on the air. Tap it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be muggy, just no way around it. Super muggy. Heat index of 98. Scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. 60% chance now, they say. Up to a quarter of an inch possible. But anyway, on the backside of that, the dew points will start coming down. A few clouds and slight chance of rain tonight, a low of 70. Then Friday, sunshine all day, no mention of rain, high of 91. The temperature's not coming down, but the dew points will be down in the low to mid-60s for Friday, so it should be a lot more comfortable. Clear Friday night, a low of 69. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, dew points fluctuate between 64 and 68. At least it's not in the 70 range, which it is now, and it has been for the last couple of days. And so things will get a little better. But highs each day will be in the low 90s, except for Monday, which we'll see 96. Oh, boy, can't wait for that experience. And that's one of the days the dew points goes back up.
Perfect day.
Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are southwest at 13, gusting to 22, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure is 2977. That all-important dew point in the super muggy range of 74. Could be in Florida. It's down there in Orlando right now. It's 77 dew points.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, you enjoyed the Magic Kingdom then, wouldn't you?
Key West would be all right. Probably in the 80s down there.
You think?
Key West, yeah, it can get pretty muggy down there.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah. The only place you can escape mugginess at a beach is next to the waves.
Yeah.
Then you get enough air across you that it doesn't matter.
You got to keep them air moving. Yeah. That's right.
Humidity 85% here. It's mostly cloudy and 79. Current, let me refresh that and make sure that's current. No, it's 81 now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. 8:34 past the hour. Some things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. It's the biggest gamble network has made on a new reality show in years. Starting July 9th, CBS is going to be airing a U.S. version of the sexy British dating sensation Love Island.
Okay.
Where all the women come to the island and make passionate love to Steve.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that'll be a #1 hit.
It's going to run five nights a week.
It is, huh?
People won't be able to get enough of me.
No, people will be running 5 nights a week.
No, but this show actually will be running 5 nights a week. A Russian scientist says that they are working as hard as they can to make sure that first baby born in space is Russian. Okay. Since they're the one fired all the shots up there.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. That's right.
Former President Barack Obama and his wife and his two daughters, Malia, who's 21, and Sacha, who's 18, are on vacation this week in the historic town of Avignon in the south of France.
Good for them.
So, yes, the rich and elite.
Yeah, be careful, all those Muslims down there that might be a little aggravated.
Yeah, it pays to be a community organizer, doesn't it? A Game of Thrones prequel has started filming in Northern Ireland with Naomi Watts. Avengers Endgame is heading back to theaters. Why would you torture us that again? Because they've stuck additional footage in. Oh, my. That's worth another $15 to go see that. Can't wait.
This is the director's cut, I guess.
I don't know. They couldn't stick any... Well, they stick some more graphics in, like you didn't get enough thrown at you.
I don't know.
Women, today's impossible question. Wait a minute. I got one more. Terminally ill Australians can, for the first time, apply to end their own life after new laws went into effect in the state of Victoria Wednesday. May I kill myself, please? Well, sure. Here's your permit.
Well, at least...
Pay a tax on the way out, though.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course you can do that. But at least it's voluntary. You got to request it, unlike where we're going in some other places where you're terminally ill, here's your needle. And you're not getting a choice.
Or you get the speech from the staff at the hospital that says, they've lived a good life. Let's just make them comfortable.
Well, you got that speech from Obama to the lady whose mother was 80-something and...
Dehydrated?
I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, it's time to let her go. Yeah, why don't you let go?
Yeah. Today's impossible question. Women are 3 times more likely to do this in the car. And get your head out of the gutter.
Women are 3 times more likely to do this in the car.
Yes. And it's not put on makeup.
Oh, drink beer.
No, it's
That's my default.
It's a necessary act in the car.
A necessary act. Blow your nose. I don't know. Huh.
Wear a seatbelt.
Women are 3 times more likely to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah. In other words, if a seatbelt's not being worn in 2 out of 3 times, it's a man doing it.
Okay. I'll be honest. I don't.
No, 3 out of 4 times.
I don't go look all that often, but I don't see too many people riding around without seatbelts on.
But because the annoying bell keeps going off. Ding, ding.
Well, you
ding.
have that, but I mean, you can snap it behind you and take care of that. But I just don't. I don't know. Whenever I have to start maybe glancing over as I pass people, I just don't imagine people not wearing it.
After so many years of wearing it, you kind of feel naked without it. 8 out of 10 bartenders say they've been asked the question, do you want to get lucky?
8 out of 10.
When I was on the 20,000 square foot
you were
bar,
one of the 2, huh?
I never did my loving where I made my money. Ever. 73% of people have recycled the gift of candles. A study found that women are more attracted to a guy that does this, possibly because it's a sign of confidence.
Drinks beer. I don't know.
Talks fast. Yeah. Guys that talk fast.
Okay. Well.
Or should I say, guys that talk fast?
I guess. I don't know.
2/3 of the time, we don't finish purchases in an online shopping cart. Have you ever thought you'd bought it, and then 3 or 4 days later it hadn't shown up, and you go, where is it at? You go and look, and it turns out you never bought it.
No, I can't remember. I've had a couple of times where, for whatever reason, it didn't go through, but usually I saw it right away. So, yeah.
63% of women did this to themselves at least once a week.
Cut your finger with a knife.
No, weighed themselves.
Weighed themselves. Okay. All right. Well.
Around 3% of humans are born. I can't even pronounce the word, so we're going to skip it. 18% of women say they can't live without this. 16% say they can't live without their kids. But 18% can't live without this.
Beer.
Hair dryer.
Hair dryer, okay. Well, yeah.
And in a recent survey, 1/3 of women workers said sniffing with a runny nose is the most annoying sound in the workplace.
It's annoying. I don't know if it's the most annoying, but yeah, it's annoying. If somebody's with a runny nose and you don't bring tissue or whatever, yeah, that would be bad.
Well, summer officially starts tomorrow. A new poll looked at how much people know and don't know about the dangers of too much sun. Here are 5 things you might not know about UV damage. 30% of people don't know you can still get burnt on a cloudy day.
Yes.
Clouds only block about 20% of UV rays, so you still need to wear sunblock. I don't know. It kind of depends on the clouds and all that. If it's a total overcast, you're not going to get burnt.
You get complacent. You sit there, you don't feel as hot or whatever, so you stand out there a lot longer than you would before you notice that you're burning up. That's the problem.
You know, back when I was in college and stupid, I lived in Sullivan Dorm State, and it was the high-rise dorm, one of the high-rise dorms. I think it was 12 stories. But anyway, they had what they call the beach out front of our dorm. I saw all the ladies from the dorm across from us went and laid out in the sun in springtime. And they would lie there and rub baby oil on them and glisten, and everybody in my dorm had their binoculars out,
yeah, okay.
gazing at the beach. And, that's when I heard that saying that on a cloudy day you can still get burned. So I go out there on a cloudy day, because I was out there every day, too, getting burnt and brown. I was dark brown then. And I was out there with my then sexy body getting suntan and on a cloudy day, but I didn't feel any burn from it.
Right.
Whereas all the other days when the sun was out, you just lie there, grin and bear it, and get brown. Let's see, what else? 55% of us do not know you're still exposed to UV rays in the shade. They can bounce off stuff and hit you, like sand, for example.
Yes.
It reflects 17% of the UV ray that hits it. Yeah, you go out to the dog park and walk across that sand on a hot day, boy, the temperature goes way up when you do.
Yep, that's why, hey, when we were out in the field, you had your sleeves down, et cetera, it's kind of, it seems counterintuitive, hey, you want to stay cool, roll your sleeves up, but no, you roll your sleeves down, and that actually helps keep you cool, and of course keeps the sun off of you and those things.
Man, they just didn't have any cool outfits for soldiers, did they?
No, not really. No, they're all pretty bad.
Almost a quarter of people think they're fine as long as they don't get burnt. The truth is, any amount of sun exposure is harmful to your skin, so even a nice tan could be bad for you.
Yes.
We didn't have all these facts back when I was out getting tan.
Well, I mean, you study it and you get the brief on it and all that. I mean, dehydration. You think during the summer when you're out, out on the beach, et cetera, that's one of the worst times to be worried about dehydration. But actually, in the wintertime with the low humidity, you dehydrate much faster.
No. Give me wintertime with low humidity.
Well, take your bottle of water with you.
I do. I keep 24 of them in the trunk of the car at all times. Yes, you can still get sunburnt through a window. Glass only filters out one kind of radiation, UVB rays, but UVA rays can still get through. Those UVB is the ray that tans you. The UV and stimulates the vitamin K. Or D. Is that right? D or K in your skin?
D, isn't it?
Yeah, vitamin D in your skin. The UVA are the rays that burn you. So UVA rays can still get through. Fun fact, you're more likely to have freckles on the left side of your face because of driving.
Interesting. Get that trucker tan. Yep.
And lastly, a third of the people don't know that too much sun is bad for your eyes.
Yes.
UV rays can play a role in about 20% of cataract cases, so make sure you have a good pair of sunglasses that blocks UV rays. And make sure your normal glasses have UV protection too.
True.
There you go. You know, I was out there yesterday at the dog park, walking along, and I stayed away from that where that sewage spill was that our town manager didn't bother to tell us about. When they had 5,300 gallons of sewage, raw sewage, spill out at the dog park. And they didn't tell us. They put out a notice, but they didn't. Would have been easy to put the word dog park in the notice.
Yeah.
But no, they said the spill was near Commerce Avenue on an unpaved road and spilled into an Aberdeen Creek tributary.
And for those of you don't, for a little context, 5,300 gallons. Next time you ride by the gas station and you see one of those big tankers out there, a lot of them are between 5,000 and 6,000 gallons, 7,000 gallons. So you took a tanker full of whatever
sewage, raw sewage,
dumped it out there.
Yeah, and all they did was spread some lime down. They didn't bother to clean it up. They've had a leak out there for I don't know how long, which they don't seem to know about.
Really?
Yeah. There's a steady leak of the liquid bubbling, going out on the ground all the time. But anyway, they threw out
the EPA.
Huh?
She called there's somebody, call somebody up in Raleigh and, wind them up.
I will. Since our town manager can't seem to get the job done, guess I'll have to do his job too. He's worthless. Anyway, I told the people yesterday when they're kids, there were a bunch of kids out there yesterday, walking and splashing around in that segment of the park. I said, just told the mother, I said, not interfering with what you do with your kids. Just want you to know that's raw sewage they're prancing around in. Because that sewer manhole there leaked over the week last Sunday and produced all this wet area.
Great.
They said, well, why didn't somebody tell us? Why isn't there a sign here or something? I said, you'll have to ask the town manager that one.
Did you give the name?
Yeah, Reagan Parsons.
Yeah. Call Southern Pines town manager Reagan Parsons and let him know what you think.
And he'll do as much as he did before, nothing. So, might take your call if you're lucky enough.
Call the mayor. Ask the mayor why his town manager's not doing his job.
Well, hopefully they'll get the word. But you have a leak out there 24/7, 365 that's yet to be addressed or fixed. It's leaking around that's a stacked manhole. In other words, it was in pieces as they made it. And I guess where one of the stacks is together, the water rises high enough in there that it leaks out.
Oh, okay. So you got separate risers, and they didn't seal around the seam. Yeah. Okay.
It's either that or the sewer line between that manhole and the next one has a break in it, and the water is seeping up to the top.
Take a couple of pictures and send them. I'll get the address for you. Send them to the right people.
Okay. But it needs to be addressed, and somebody needs to dig up the stinky dirt and get rid of it, because it's full of sewage. And dogs and people walk through there every day. Dogs are drinking it, and getting sick. But, of course, our management at the town doesn't care. At least not enough to do a damn thing about it. And it's been there for several years like that.
Years?
Yeah, and they can't tell me.
I wonder
that they didn't notice, because they've been down there servicing those manholes before, that they can't see the standing water there. Well, gee, where'd it come from? Oh, well, we got a sewer line underneath it. Maybe it's coming from there. But they don't do anything.
It's just dogs.
Huh?
It's just dogs.
Just dogs and kids playing. Had a lot of kids out there yesterday playing in the very water that was just saturated with sewage.
That was a tisk for those of you then.
No warning whatsoever from town management about where it truly was. They gave, like I said, I just told you what their definition of where it was. On an unpaved road near Commerce Avenue that fed into a tributary of Aberdeen Creek.
Where your kids play.
They didn't say at the dog park where your kids play and your dogs drink. No, they kept that part out. Oh, and by the way, that soggy area there, raw sewage every day for you to play in. No extra charge for that. All right, let's work in a rim shot or two this morning and change the mood here. Let's see. Kelly Ripa says her daughter once walked in on her having sex. Kelly was horrified, and God knows how Regis felt. I'll tell you, it was bad.
Oh, man.
Lionel Richie turned 70 today, and he plans to celebrate all afternoon long.
I thought that was all day long.
James Corden, well, he takes a while to wake up.
Oh, okay.
James Corden may leave the Late Show. He will leave some big shoes to fill and even bigger pants. Good. Another British guy gone from trying to tell us how to run this country. MTV has reportedly canceled Lindsay Lohan's show, Lindsay's Lohan Beach Club, after just one season. They labeled it a reality show, but the only reality was that no one watched it. You know, what was the Beach Club is now an empty room. Insiders say the new Motley Crue movie is driving Heather Locklear to drink. Also driving Heather Locklear to drink, her mother, her kids, her neighbors, her car, her bird bath, and the fact that it's Thursday.
Yeah, where do you get self-driving cars and see what starts happening?
Oh, it'll be marijuana city, won't it?
Well, drinking and drugging and, oh, man.
They're saying since they've made marijuana legal in states, the traffic accidents have gone way up. Gee, I wonder what that's from.
Yeah, Colorado has already figured out they've made a huge mistake. So,
a town in Southern California has unveiled, and well, they're addicted to the tax. That's what it is. It's bringing in $1 billion.
Well, they're losing the money on the health side of things. They're really getting some huge problems.
Well, they're not business people. They can't think that complex. A town in Southern California has unveiled a new crime-fighting robot because that never goes wrong in the movies. A UFO was reportedly spotted over Area 51. I don't get it. If aliens are such intelligent life, why do they keep visiting Nevada?
Why do they keep coming here at all?
And according to a new survey, 4 out of 5 people think summer goes too fast. No, it doesn't. Said that fifth person. The fifth one's the guy who cleans up at the dog park, I think. A new study found that 31% of 25 to 34-year-olds have not used deodorant in the last month. And not surprisingly, the other 69% now want a trophy for using deodorant last month.
If in the last month have not used deodorant at all.
Right.
Or was that taken in France or what?
I'm not sure where it was taken, but
oh, man.
They're just not using the deodorant. I got a little story on that. Let me see.
I got one, too.
Here it is. Come here and open up, fool. How much time? Okay. Smelling like sweet garbage. What all the cool kids are doing these days, according to a new survey, a shocking number of people do not wear deodorant or antiperspirant, especially younger people. 39% of people between 18 and 24 say they haven't worn deodorant or antiperspirant in the past month. Neither have 31% of people between 25 and 34, 22% of the people between 35 and 44. And just under half the people between age 18 and 24 say they haven't even bought deodorant in the past year. Neither have 37% of the people between 25 and 34.
Okay.
I mean, I had a thing on this.
Were they powdering with baking soda or something, or what? I don't think I've noticed anybody. Not in a long time, anyway.
Well, I had a soundbite. I'm trying to find it. Of course, I won't be able to find it before we get a little further. Let's see. Come on.
Yeah, I've been had that problem since I had a flight back from Istanbul one time. Sat next to somebody.
Oh yeah, just reeked.
Problem.
I had that in school.
I had to stand up and went to the back of the plane. And the stewardess goes, "You have to sit. You have to." I said, "Hey, go tell him." And she stuck her head in there and she pulled back. She said, "You're okay. You can stand right there."
Here's my soundbite right
I
quick.
guess I don't play the game. I'm not clean. I don't smell good. I don't change my underwear. I don't shower. I'm not spick and span. I don't clean the area between my crotch and legs.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like youngins.
That was the guy. That was the guy I was sitting next to.
Yeah, I had this guy in class, and this guy scored a 1,600 on his SAT. Perfect score. But he never wore deodorant. It was, we didn't have air conditioning when I went to school.
They should have taken points away for that then.
And I mean, to tell you, I had to sit next to him. My eyes were watering through the whole class. You go, golly.
No, I gagged. I had to get up and the stewardess, when when she went over there, she gagged. Absolutely gagged.
All right, so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves. Why? Because they're the backbone of our economy. When you give them perspective, you're spending dollars. Not only does 68% of it stay in our economy, but it helps create jobs as the money rolls over and also helps create more taxes for us. And don't forget, millions of Americans, they have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the hot, steamy, sewage-filled dog park.